Hello everyone and welcome back to another video. Um, so I just wanted to make this kind of quick to show you a little trick until you get your hunts up to pace. And that has to do with the lures dying easily and just some trick you can use for that. Or method if you wish. So um, the thing is you can theoretically speaking use like Trinity or whatever your Warframe or healing Warframe of choice. The problem with that is that those Warframes, especially Trinity, has literally nothing to offer in terms of going faster, and also you kind of just gonna keep lures alive here. So the problem is that yeah, Trinity has nothing to help you make the runs faster, and Volt is literally the embodiment of like making idle hunts go faster at the moment, especially like solo runs. Um, so so yeah, I mean you need Volt in Eidolon hunts basically if you want to do fast runs, and that's why you can't use Trinity and whatever else Uberon. Um, so yeah, in order to help out with that, we can't. We don't have a healing ability, and especially to begin with, the lures might die easily. And so, what you can do instead is to use a different arc ring. As you might have seen in some of my videos, I usually use Itzel, and that's because Itzel is literally the only arc ring that has ever helped you with going faster. Um, that doesn't mean it's only good arc ring, it's just that it's the only arc ring that gave any benefits towards doing the only thing that mattered when trying to go do Eidolons quickly. In terms of actually good arc wings, Amisha has always been the only good arc wing. It has an amazing kit that can heal and protect and do all kinds of things. So, well, that's basically the two things, but you get what I mean. So, I'm going to go over the kit and how to use it to keep your lures alive. Um, so, just a note, it can heal them up and protect them, but it cannot protect them from these. So you see these yellow lasers here, they are deadly if the lures get stuck in them for enough seconds. I don't know how many seconds, but I think it's more than 5 seconds, then the lures die. So regardless, you need to keep them out of there. But yeah, you can use Amisha's abilities to heal them up. So how this works is that Amisha has 4 abilities, and the first one is called Watchful Swarm. When you press it, like so, you get a bunch of things around yourself, and it mainly protects yourself. Until I actually realize you can actually put them on the lures. I'm not suggesting you to do this, but that will actually protect them from enemy fire. Then, like, the main thing you can, but I don't really suggest you waste your time with this, but the main thing that really helps you keeping them alive is its second ability, called Benevolent Decoy. So what this does is it places this thing right here, and it has this radius or range within its act. So what it does is it takes enemy fire, I guess in this case mainly from the Vombalist or whatever, and then it converts them to healing pools, which it sends out to all nearby allies. That includes yourself, and more importantly, it includes the lures. So that will then heal the lures, and the other benefit is that it will take the enemy fire that will go towards the lures and actually, so it protects them in that way also. It doesn't protect them from all type of damage, but from enemy fire. And yeah, I'm not sure exactly what is counted as that. I guess mainly the shots the Vombalists do, but it's very nice and convenient how it works, and it's very good and useful in if you do mobile defenses missions in Arcwing missions, like the objective literally physically cannot die. So extremely powerful Arcwing compared to everything else. Yeah. Then you have the third ability, which is called Warning Grace. What it does is it protects you and allies from status effects. It used to also make you basically invulnerable. I don't think it really does that for the lures, or does it anymore. It only says status effects, but if you press it, you kind of are protected from a bunch of damage, or at least damage types that have status effects. So no, not. But I mean, it protects them from the status effects. So if you were to get a slash proc, you would not have that slash proc, for example, like a type of damage that you would avoid. Then you have the fourth ability, which what is it called? Vengeful Rush. So you want to activate this, and what it does is that it seems to give me energy as well. I don't remember exactly how that worked, but it also gives you strength, range, and duration. So you want to activate that before you activate your other abilities, and then your other abilities will be stronger. The second ability will heal more as it's based off of strength, and they will have more range and duration. And it's just a wonderful kit that works well together and basically makes your lures not take damage, and you can like heal them up. Now, having all this said, amazing things about the Misha, the issue is you can't keep them alive like this forever, because as soon as you get out of Arc Ring, all of the abilities get inactivated and it no longer does you any use, right? So what you want to do is head into Arc Ring, spam down your abilities, heal them up, and then you go back to fighting the Eidolon. But it's very good for that. It doesn't heal them instantly, but it can heal them up. But I mean, if you're going at a pace where you actually need this, then your runs are still slow and need improvement. But this is just so you can heal them up and like practice with Volt or whatever, so you can try to do your faster runs, right? So you have some kind of middle ground where you can actually like keep the lures alive, assuming things were to go south, right? Right. So as you can see, I've kept the ability here, and they literally have not died the entire time. Just some kind of proof that otherwise they would be dead a long time ago. Yeah. I'm going to show this on the Hydrolist as well. The Turles, is kind of irrelevant because the Turles doesn't do that much damage. And then I'm going to show you some build. Okay, so we're back at the Hydrolist. As you can see here, the lures, I mean, it takes a while for them to go down in the health, but, eventually, again, now there aren't many Bombalus around either shooting at them. Let's see if they can deal a bit of damage here. But yeah, I remember this being a problem when my runs weren't as good as they are now. So yeah, it is a problem you run into easily. So yeah, just gonna showcase what it looks like. See, they were damaged a bit, and now they're back to full health just like that. So, you see how effective this is. There isn't much more to say. I can sit here indefinitely. And as far as the Hydrolist goes, when this ability is active here, they physically cannot die. It's literally impossible. You are never going to have them die. So it's very, very convenient and a trick. As actually, it's probably mostly actually during the Hydrolist where you face this, because the shield that is too high and you somehow mess up and it starts walking away. Follow-up is terrible, and yeah. You just have a terrible time, so So yeah, so then you can activate this, heal them up, and everything, like I've just showed you. As far as the Gauntlet goes, again, the best way is just to avoid the attacks and try to be faster. But yeah, again, that works for that one also. You just need to make sure you avoid lasers. All right, I'm gonna cut to the build now. Okay, so here's the build that I used. You definitely don't need all of these mods. I'll go over a little bit of what's important and what isn't. So, like I said, strength matters, and that's why this one gives extra strength. So it's just very convenient to activate this first, and then you activate the rest, right? For builds, I mean. And then also, of course, to have strength matters. So you want more strength if you can. You don't have to have a lot of strength, but it's just makes it more effective as it takes the innate damage, as you can see here, and it says damage multiplier 1.8. The initial is 1.5, and the more strength you have, the higher the multiplier is, and it's so it takes damage to multiply it by this, and then it sends out that healing wave. Yeah. So I don't have Prime version here. If you have the Prime version, feel free to use that. You don't need to max it, I don't think. But yeah, if you can have that at somewhat of a high level, that will do you great. Then let's see, Hyperion thrusters, just extra flight speed. Arc wings are so slow in the open world. I mean, open world is so big, and literally, so much of my builds is just going faster, movement speed wise. So like, it just helps. So that's why I always recommend that. in that sense, but I mean, you definitely don't need it for now, so you can just forget about this. Energy max, again, just for convenience sake, don't need, so you can forget about it, but if you have, definitely put that in there. Same thing for this, not needed, but definitely helps and is convenient, so just use it if you can. Same thing goes for this, again, not needed, but you know, helps with energy consumption of warding grace and everything, so just make sure you have this if you can. And ability range, I think it collects the damage dealt or enemy fighting in a larger radius. It's not necessarily going to affect you very much, but again, just have it if you can. And then these two. Survivability, definitely want some more survivability, especially on the Hydralisk. I noticed that the Hydralisk can deal quite a bit of damage, so definitely make sure you have these two. And then I say in the order of priority, you want to have the range and strength. And then after that, I guess these two, and then this one and this one is literally just leave out if you don't want to. I understand you don't want to formate, because putting forma on Archwings can be annoying. There are efficient ways of doing it. I want to go into that because that's not what this video is about. Anyway, yeah. See you in the next video.